everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing how much paperwork does it take to have a baby in Italy. And with us I have my friend Jasmine.
Hello.
And Jasmine is currently on her third gravidanza, or third pregnancy. And so we're just gonna kind of give you an idea of what to expect, to what it looks like having a kid in Bergamo.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, excited.
All right, so our first question of discussion is, how long have you been in Italy? Are you fluent in Italian? And what does your life look like here?
Okay, all the basic stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. I've been in Italy for, I think, 10 years now, 10 or 11 years.
I'm on 11.
Are you on 11?
This year will be 12.
Yeah, so yeah, you've been here the longest.
I know.
She's a veteran, but yeah, so I'm probably 10 or something, 10 or 11. My husband is Italian, so that's why we're here. We came back to where he's from, and yeah, up until now, I've basically done a bunch of different jobs, but my latest one is teaching English. I teach English, and I'm currently on mat leave right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you moved to Italy with speaking fluent Italian?
Oh, sorry about the Italian. Yes. So my husband and I have been together for quite a while. And when we met, I was studying, I think, a different language at the time. I was studying Russian in university at the time. And so I just thought, I think I'm going to change and
took on
Italian because I had met his parents. They didn't speak any English.
Yeah.
And so I just thought, well, I mean, I can learn it.
Good for you.
And so, yeah, I studied it before I came.
Okay.
I don't really know what my level would have been before I came, but I mean, I took it all through university during my degree. So, I mean, we're talking like 3 or 4 years really of Italian at the university level. So it was pretty good. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
So we have different experiences on that because when I moved, I didn't speak any Italian.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was an interesting point because like when I moved, I had to jump right into all of this without any language. And that was a bit terrifying.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
It was already terrifying for me.
So how did you find, who is following your pregnancy? Is it a gynecologist, a midwife? What do you have?
Mine was always a gynecologist, right? I guess we should clear that up though. Can you clear up what that, because there's the gynecologist and then there's a midwife or like ostetrica, right?
Yeah, ostetrica.
Yeah, which is confusing because in Canada, like you have an OB/GYN, which is like an obstetrician, gynecologist, and they are medical doctors. But here, actually, the title like ostetrica doesn't necessarily go to a huge medical doctor, right? There we go.
So this would be my first pregnancy.
Okay.
So I found my midwife. No. I came here, I was pregnant, and it was like, literally there was a piece of like promo on the mailbox outside, and it said like, consultorio familiare for gravidanza, blah, blah. And then Mauricio picked up, he's like, oh, maybe these people can help us. And that's
what you went with.
That's what we went with. And so I had a midwife who followed me. I saw her every month, and then I had one visit with a gynecologist.
Okay.
And then it's really cute.
This is all the midwives.
Yeah, so this is all, I'll do some little shots of this. But they basically have this little book. And then every month you do all these different exams.
Yeah.
And then you see the gynecologist. But also I was 25 when I was pregnant with Ale. And I was 29 when I was pregnant with Chloe.
Wow.
I know.
A baby.
And so,
a teen mom. I feel like a teen. I'm like, what? Me? I'm a teen mom.
We're very young. We're very young. We don't know what these people are that were born after us. Yeah. So, but mind you, 3 years difference. This is the one for Chloe, and this is the one for Ale.
Okay, they changed it.
Yeah, and so Chloe's got a bit more
stuff in there.
But it's basically the same stuff.
It's nice though. It's really organized.
So I mainly had the midwife that followed me, and then I had the gynecologist, who I still have now. As my gynecologist. So what did your
actually, that's interesting. Like? This is great because we have two completely different like paths. Because, so I've been seen by always a gynecologist.
Okay.
Yes. So she sees me same thing, like 4 weeks every month.
Okay.
am basically just in place of the ostetrica. It's the gynecologist.
Yeah.
So the ostetrica is like officially a midwife, and then the gynecologist is like a medical doctor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for like my exams, so you have like every month the midwife would hook me up and do the ultrasound. We listen to the heartbeat and stuff like that.
So she does the ultrasound and everything. Okay.
Yeah, and then the gynecologist had an actual, like, there's the 20-week exam and things like that.
Yeah, like the exactly. I just actually had one online. Yes, there's morphologia and then there's accrescimento. Yeah. And I just had that one, which is where they check the growth of the baby. Yeah. And then the doctor would do that one, right? Because, Yeah. So
do you get any cool little booklets?
This actually was the whole booklet. So like mine's in a bind, like kind of in a.
Okay, so you have a lot. So okay,
this is what they gave me.
We wanted to show like, so I had to do blood tests every month.
Yeah, it's pretty much every month.
Yeah, and I know everybody has a different way of wanting to do their own pregnancy. So like, if you don't want to do the blood test, you don't have to.
Oh, you don't have to.
No.
Yeah, because it's always blood and like pee.
Yeah, a lot of blood, a lot of pee.
That one's not fun. Yeah.
And so I think that they're pretty open if you have like some way of wanting to do it. Because I know some people are like, no, I'm not doing blood tests every month.
Okay, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I don't know if it is the same in the States too, because my mom's always like, why are you going for blood tests again? Like, why are you going for an ultrasound again? But maybe it's just like also like modern day medicine has changed.
Exactly. My mom says the same thing.
She's like, I never even saw an ultrasound. She's like, we didn't even see you.
I know, that's the point. My mom's like, well, somebody came with a little machine and we checked your heartbeat. And then that was it.
Yeah. Until the delivery.
That was it, right?
Yeah.
And, but this is like, I guess what you would get you'd have like some sort of like.
Yeah. They give you your images.
Yeah, we have all these cute little images and stuff. And then, you do, it's a lot of exams, I have to say. That's the one thing I remember about pregnancy is a lot of exams.
I know, you always feel like you're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so speaking of exams, question for you. How did you find your doctor?
Find in the sense, how did I...
Like, how did you connect
with them, okay. Mine kind of has a little bit of backstory because we were like struggling to get pregnant. And so we ended up connecting with an infertility doctor and doing all the exams for infertility first.
Okay.
Who was at like obviously like a private, well, I guess I shouldn't say obviously because there's also public fertility doctors, but we kind of want, there's wait time. So we went private, we saw this doctor, and then she happened to work in like a private studio where there are like not only reproductive doctors, but also like different, mainly focused on women's health, but all different types of doctors. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of started the whole pathway, and like Christine said, you're going to put a link. Yeah,
I'm going to put a link because she also did a really nice presentation about the story of the IVF. And
so we won't go into that this time, but basically we had started all the work for doing like an IUI actually, and then I got pregnant. So we basically decided to just like stay at that same clinic. Okay. And then I wanted to say that we changed the doctor, but she followed me the entire first pregnancy. Okay. So this fertility doctor who would normally be doing like IVF and stuff, she decided to follow my pregnancy, and then that's why I stayed there. Yeah.
And is she following?
She followed the first part of my second, and then she passed me off to a colleague.
Okay.
And this is just because because I wasn't really a fertility patient anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Like the first one was kind of just nice of her. Yeah. And then she's so busy.
I'm sure.
I mean, unfortunately, so busy that it was like, you could see your regular gynecologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's it. That's that.
And then, so for my first pregnancy, I had to have Maurizio with me as my translator for everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How do you find learning the language of having a gravidanza in Italian? Has that been
weird?
How has that been? Like, it's a whole subject, and I find that if you're if it's a second language and then it's a specific subject, it can get a little bit overwhelming as well. How have you experienced that?
It definitely can. I mean, I think it was really overwhelming the first one because I was like, I don't know any of the words. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, it was like the only thing that I knew too. So like, I don't know what it is to be pregnant. And like, I don't know. I feel like some of the terms probably I don't even know in English now. And I just know them in Italian because I've never experienced a pregnancy in an English speaking place. But then, you know, it's a steep learning curve. But then once you've kind of got all the terminology down pat, I mean, it's just repetitive. It's repetitive,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
It's all the same words. Echografia, whatever.
And then how have you found it, like with the doctor? Have you been able to understand all the instructions they've given you, or is anything getting lost in translation?
I didn't have anything lost in translation, but they were really good. I mean, they obviously know that you're not a native speaker. And then depending on where you are, I mean, if you're getting a younger doctor, a lot of them, like in the medical field, just because, you know, they need to stay up to date, they need to go to conferences, they need to read journal articles, have like a working knowledge of English, at least for their specialty. Yeah. Like mine, I think if I needed to, would be able to explain some things, I think, in English.
I think so too.
I think so, right?
I think
if you really needed to.
I have this funny story that I'm trying to remember what it was, and for some reason it just popped into my head now. And I can't remember where I was or what I was. Oh, they were asking me this question, right? Like, when was the last time you had sex or something like that, right?
That's a question.
No, because I was in the hospital for something else. And this was like a question where, like, because my second pregnancy, I actually was in the hospital a few times. And so that was like this question. And I remember they were looking at me and she was like, the question was like, when was the last time you had sex? And my answer was, I don't know. How would I know? And she looked at me so confused. And then when she explained it more, I was just dying. I was like, that was the best. That was the best.
Because you didn't understand the question, or like you...
The word she used.
It's reporto probably, right?
It was like it's something... I mean, we're talking, it was like probably around 2 o'clock in the middle. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. I had a little bit of complications on my second pregnancy. And so I was in the hospital, I think 4 times, maybe mainly for controls. Everything was okay in the end. But you know, you're freaked out, you're showing up at 2 o'clock in the morning in the emergency room, you're like trying to drive into the parking lot, you know, crying, you're like, I think everything's okay, but I don't know. Yeah. And then, so they were asking these questions, and that one was just like the icing.
Exactly, but that's like a terminology thing that you just wouldn't know, because they don't outrightly come and say, like, they don't say sex. I mean, like you would know.
Just sex. Like, and poop.
Yeah, just like we wouldn't say it in English though. Like, I don't think we would say, when was the last time that you had sex? Like, we would say, like, when was the last time you had relations with your partner? Which is what the word probably was in Italian. And you're like, right?
And I've had the same things with the kids, like with the doctor, and like poop is another one. It's like,
what do they say to be like nice
like
about it?
A proper term for poop would be like excretions or scaricare or something like that. And so you're just sitting in these offices and it's like, okay, so when you're just like, like, how would I know what that is?
Yeah.
So it's an interesting subject. All right.
Okay. So that's how we found our doctors.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that pretty much covers the exam. So you can expect to have an exam about once a month. It's a blood test, pee test, and then you go back and you can see your midwife. I went to what's called a consultoria della famiglia. So in there you have all different types of things for families, and I think every comune has one, and they're actually extremely useful, and you can even go into them after the baby's born to like weigh the child, so you don't have to buy a scale, and like they have little baby spazio giochi for like baby play areas. So that's it's a nice.
It's nice. I've never gone to mine. Like, I've never gone to mine. And
you should find
every time I'm like, oh, I should go to like use mine this time, and then I just don't.
I know. You should, and then you just don't.
Yeah.
All right. So then, okay. I will say so I had to go, like I mentioned, I had to go to the hospital a few times in my second pregnancy. And I have to say the hospital was amazing.
Okay.
Within 5 minutes of me arriving, I was hooked up. I was with a doctor. If you're pregnant, they're
priority.
like on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then, like after, if you're not with a child, you will still wait and do all the things. But if you show up as a pregnant woman in difficulty,
they take you.
Yeah, they're super.
I've only gone to
helpful.
the hospital once, but I remember too. They were like, they take you right away.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was actually very comforting. I have to say, even in a different country.
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay, and then so now, what did delivery look like for you? Was there anything that stood out as being particularly interesting?
Yeah, well, I'll just talk about like the very first time because we went to Papa Giovanni, which is the newest hospital in Bergamo and is like the biggest, which serves like the entire city and province of Bergamo. And I was just really impressed with the facilities.
It's so pretty, right?
But you know what? It's a brand new hospital. So we would say that about any brand new hospital.
So that hospital actually opened the year that my Ale was born.
Oh, so you had it like sparkling.
It was brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah,
like
my in-laws, when they came to visit, they're like, wow, this is like a centro commerciale. Like, it's so pretty.
Yeah, because they've just got, they're, what is it called? Like the delivery rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
They're all decked out. They've got, all the latest tech and gadgets and everything that you could want, right, for a delivery room, I think.
I think so, yeah. I didn't, did the hospital where you're going to deliver offer you the course?
Yeah, I took the course the first time. So there's a prenatal course,
Yeah, so when you decide where you're going to give birth to, the hospital has normally like an intro course, so you can go and... they try to prepare you for the exciting adventure of giving birth.
Yeah, and I can't remember how many sessions it is, but how many sessions is it?
I think maybe 6.
6 or 8 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
So you already kind of have an idea. Did they walk you through and show you where the delivery rooms were?
Well, the first one I did was during COVID. So no, it was online.
It was online. Oh, that sucks.
But I think, so normally they would.
So we had a evening where you went and then you actually saw the delivery room.
Oh, you got to see everything.
Yeah, so you had an idea of where you were going and what it was going to look like. So that was nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm sure they do that now, right? Probably that there's...
It's been a while since I've been there.
Yeah. No, I didn't do it. Unfortunately, it was all online. But it was still nice. Like, you got all the information, but you couldn't really... Did like a virtual tour.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So that was different. I don't know what that's like today. Who knows?
Yeah, the other thing I don't know if this is a tangent, but we should mention though, because I don't know if it's the same again in Canada or the US, but in Italy, if you want to have like an epidural, basically.
Oh, yes.
You need to have a separate consultation and visit with the anesthesiologist.
This is very important because there is not a way to book this appointment publicly.
Oh, is there? Okay, so because it's like because of the timing. You mean because
of the timing? It's impossible to book. So
you'd have to like book it before you get pregnant.
Exactly. Seriously, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
So if you plan on having an epidural, you need to either talk to your midwife and have her help you book the appointment, and she'll tell you how to do it. Okay. Or you have to go privately. But if you show up to give birth and you have not had that appointment, they will not give you an epidural.
Exactly, which is, I think, very interesting because you just...
So for my first pregnancy, I had no epidural and I had no appointment. Yeah. And then my second one, I was like, I want to do that. And so I did the appointment. And
privately?
I got my midwife's help to help me figure out how to book the appointment.
Okay.
But that's a very good subject to remember.
Yeah, because I was really surprised actually, because I was like, oh, well, I didn't get the appointment, but I'm sure like when I'm delivering, if I need something, they'll give it to me.
Yeah, no.
No, they don't. No. No, but they can't give you even like a Tylenol. They do not give you anything.
Nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
remember that, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's regional because, we're talking all the health systems are kind of also regional. So this is like Lombardy as a region. I don't know if it's the same all over Italy. Like, I don't know.
I have no idea. So this is about Bergamo.
This is about northern, or exactly Lombardy.
If you're in another part of Italy, find out about that.
Yeah,
that's a big surprise if you're there at the end thinking that you're going to get something that you're not.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so on the delivery, so that's one thing very important. Remember, it's the epidural. Anything else particularly important that you think would be good to know, or
about delivery?
Yeah, some sort of expectation maybe that would be interesting for somebody who's moving to Italy to know.
Gosh, I'm trying to think. I mean, like I said, like there was a lot of equipment that you could use. I think you can also do like a water delivery if you want. I think there was that option in the room. Maybe?
There is one.
There's one room with it?
There's one room with a water delivery. Mm-hmm. What I think I can add to this is, number one, if you want a private room after you give birth, you have to request that like ahead. And I think it's like, I'm going to say somewhere between 50 to 100
a day.
And if you want to have peace and quiet, it's the best thing in the whole world.
Did you get that? You got that?
Yes, on my second one, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm doing that again.
Oh.
So, but I walked into the delivery room and I was like, I want a private room. And they're like, okay, after. And I was like, okay. And then the baby came out and I was like, I want a private room. Like, okay, after. And then it was like something else. I want my private room. Okay, after. Oh. And then finally, when it came to the point of moving us, they're like, so you mentioned you want a private room. I was like, yes. Yes.
Okay.
So you have to ask as soon as you get there, and they'll give it to you if they have it.
If they have it.
If they don't have it, then you have to share.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you could like request it. So that's interesting.
And then Papa Giovanni gave me a list of things to bring to the hospital. Like they have to have a specific hat. They have to have. There's a lot of specific things to bring. Did you have the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, we did have a list exactly, and it was kind of a little bit anxiety-inducing because it did seem very specific.
It is very specific.
Yes, and
this is something to note with having kids in Italy is you get very specific lists. I will do another video about the school supplies. School supplies, guys, is very, very specific.
Yeah, and
like I'm talking about, the size of the squares on the paper and.
So same. It starts from like when they're born.
It starts from when they're born and it just continues as parenthood in Italy.
Yeah.
It's very specific lists.
Yeah. And I think that depending on who you get to or what the nurses are like you can get even in trouble. They're like, where is this like specific body that we asked for?
Every person who's given birth has said the same thing. Like we kept getting in trouble in the hospital.
For not having the exact right item.
For doing things you didn't know that you could or couldn't do. Like in the birthing room, the husband is not allowed to use the bathroom.
Okay.
So some people get yelled at because the husband goes and uses the bathroom. Yeah, because there's a bathroom in there. So then they get mad about that. They get mad if you eat the wife's food. Like, so let's say they don't want to. So they get mad about that.
Oh, man.
You need to have specific hats, specific things, specific sizes. And then they want it all, like, if you have a normal time delivery, or not normal, because there is no normal, but like with time, they come in and they start filling out all this paperwork in like a very big book, and then they start asking for all the clothes, the change, the this, the that. And so they're very specific about wanting things in order, Yeah.
Comprehensive. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just in my brain. My brain just like, oh, I need to prepare this stuff. Actually, so I haven't prepared anything yet. In my hospital bag. I looked quickly at my list, but
I thought the funny thing on it was the hat. How specific they were about the hat.
Yeah.
You need to have a hat. I still have the hat too.
I just don't think I've even used the hat.
No, I never used the hat after, but in the hospispittal I had to have the hat.
The hat on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's like a medical reason behind the hat.
Maybe, there is.
Is there anything else that stood out to you? What is this?
Oh yeah. Like this is I think this is specific to Bergamo because when you give birth in Bergamo, it's really cute. They give every new baby a little football jersey for the home team.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is did they?
No, I
not for you.
Anything,
no. I mean, it's probably newer, but yeah, and they give you a little letter and everything, like congratulations and like join the Atalanta family.
And then you have to fill the form out.
I didn't fill out the form, but they actually give you the opportunity to like already register your kid as as a fan of the football team.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like I think it's like to join the club.
Yeah. Tesserato or whatever they call it. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
When I gave birth to my first son, I did have a little like welcoming gift, which was super cute from my comune.
Oh, from your comune. What did they give you?
A bag, like a shirt.
Wow.
And something else. And then there was even like there was some baby bonuses or something at the time.
Yeah.
To open an account, I think. And I got, I feel like I want to say like 100 euros, but maybe it wasn't that. It was 11 years ago, guys, so it's a bit rough in my head.
Yeah.
Something happened and I got something.
But there's
about
something from your comune.
account.
That's nice.
It was cute, right? Because it was left there at my door and I didn't know anybody in Italy, so it was like, why is this? What is this?
Oh, they actually offered us, I mean, they said that there was I never picked it up. I feel so bad. There was a book. We were supposed to go get a free book from the comune.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. I have to say there's lots of little things like that that make it very family-like here. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, thank you.
I'm happy to have you. Happy to chat about this subject. And I hope that this has helped somebody have a little bit of an expectation if you're moving and you are expecting. It's okay. Like, you will be okay. They are going to take care of you.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I really only have positive things to say. I know it varies depending on the region as well. Yeah, because the healthcare like varies so much on the region. So like maybe other moms I've talked to that have been expats in Italy giving birth haven't been as lucky as we've been. Okay.
So we've been very lucky.
But we've been, yeah. We can recommend Bergamo. If you want to come here. Which Bergamo is was the #1 city, right? In Italy
it was
quality of life.
For quality of life. So that's like access to healthcare and outdoor experiences.
Okay, just those two things were included?
Yeah, I read the whole article actually. Yeah, and it was interesting because there is a very big positivity towards the outdoor life, the access to sports and healthy lifestyle. But it did also note like the decreasing numbers of people graduating schools and finishing universities and things, which I thought was an interesting partake in it all.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually read the whole article, but that's interesting. Okay. Well, so then healthcare though.
Healthcare is definitely up there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.